So one of the things I think is very important for dog owners to do with their dogs is to touch them. Now, that can be a variety of things that you can do, but touching is very important, not only to create a bond and your dog has a positive association with being touched, it also is beneficial to finding lumps, working on maybe cleaning your dog's eyes or your teeth or anything on your dog that you want to keep an eye on medically. The more that you touch your dog and your dog is comfortable with it, the better off you're going to be if you want to start establishing those routines if you have it. So I'm just going to demonstrate with this lovely little gal, me just touching her. Obviously I'm using treats to make it a positive thing. I haven't worked with her very long, so I know that I'm going to go slow. And another thing to note is go slow. But another thing too is if she or your dog are biting down on the treats harder when you're touching a certain area, that will tell you that they might be more sensitive to it. It might be more painful. It's something to note so that you're try working on that again. But note that how your dog responds to certain parts that you touch. Another added benefit, like right now I'm touching her collar, is if your dog gets out. If your dog is used to being touched around the collar or the ear, that will give somebody who has to maybe get your dog, oh look, she's interested, that might give them a better chance of helping your dog if your dog does get out. So there are many benefits to working on touching your dog. Not only, like I said, medically, socially as a bond, but also in certain circumstances if your dog does get out, that the more they're used to being touched by their collar, like I'm doing right now, or her ear, both ears, then you're gonna have a better chance, hopefully, to get her. I'm petting her back. Good girl. And all the time, yes, I'm giving her a treat. Not a lot, just trying to go slow. And I'm praising her, and you want to make it a fun thing. It's like a fun treat party that you're doing with your dog. And this could be something you start doing if you're looking into, grooming your dog a little bit. And what I mean by grooming, I mean if you want to brush your dog's coat, start doing some basic care like cleaning his or her ears. I'm even going to cover her eyes for a second and give her a treat. Boom. And that can be scary. So go slow. I'm just showing you a couple of things that you can do. It's all a fun game. Good girl, what a good girl. And I could have her stand up if I wanted to see if I can touch her leg. I'm doing, can you get up? Oh, puppy, yay, good girl. I kid. The important thing you want to do too is when you're touching, especially in the front, is you want to let your dog see your hand. So it's not a surprise. Obviously dogs, they don't like it when you surprise them by moving around their head. That's kind of scary if you think about it. So I always keep my hand right in front, and I'm going to tell her, hey, my hand's right here, honey. Here we go, I'm touching your collar. Good girl, puppy. Touching her ears. I'm letting her know this is fun. I'm trying to keep it really simple and not scare her, and she knows where my hand is all the time, so I'm not trying to do anything to surprise her. So again, good girl, what a good girl. I'm petting her. So things are going well. I can feel a little bit more, not too much more of a bite. Her gripping down a little bit more on the treats. There we go. So that's really what you want to do, is make it simple and short too, so that every day, I would say every day if you can, make it a routine where maybe your dog is more relaxed in the evening when you're at home, and that's more of a time for you to get some grooming done with your dog, brushing your dog. Do that then. It's a great option, and it's building the bond. Oh, you good girl. It's a great way to not only build the bond for you and your dog. Touch is very important to also feel, like I said, for lumps, cuts, anything, ticks, especially wherever you may live. That's always good to note if you can feel a tick or a check. And if your dog is so comfortable with all these different ways to touch them, it will build a great foundation for you to add more on to what you want to do with your dog. Like I said, you can start doing some grooming, of, basic grooming, like brushing your dog's hair, cleaning their ears, covering their eyes, cleaning their eyes. There's some dogs, obviously, that their eyes can have more discharge than others, but it's a great way to just start building that foundation to incorporate more of your dog into your routine and building that bond. And again, bonus too, is if your dog does get out, that you have a better chance if your dog is used to being touched, and hopefully that will give somebody who can rescue your dog, if hopefully we don't want that to happen, but it does give hopefully a better opportunity to get your dog if somebody can grab his or her collar, and get them on a leash or get them out of harm's way. That's another bonus, and my little lovely lady likes the camera. So again, I just wanted to film this really short and make sure to just show you what you can do with your dog. Good girl. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. It's always good to ask questions, and if you feel not sure, ask away. And remember, make this slow, make it fun. It doesn't have to be for a long period of time. It can be for 5 minutes. Always leave on a good note. Have some treats, not a lot, but enough. Like I had the treats in my hand and my palm was closed, so she wasn't just getting a whole bunch of treats. I was just giving them to her slowly while I was touching her. And the main thing is, once you stop touching, the treats go away. So because we're trying to make that positive association with being touched, good things happen, like treats and my voice and positive praise. All those things come when she lets me touch her. So again, keep it simple, short, and enjoy it. It's a great way to build a routine with your dog in terms of not only training, but your relationship and care. Those are all those 3 important things that come with having a dog. So thank you, and ask away if you have any questions, and thank you. And if you need help or you want more assistance with your dog, any dog care questions, anything, go to my Well-Mannered Pups Facebook page. You can also set up a free call to talk to me and see if we can work together to help you with basic care of your dog training issues that are basic, anything that you need help with. Maybe you and we can work together, and I can get you and your dog on the right path to having these kinds of moments, these kinds of relationships. Sit. Good girl. That you can have a nice routine for your dog and yourself, and incorporate all the things that you want with your dog. So again, give me a call if you want to talk about your dog and want to figure out how to make the routines, the training, everything work much better for you and your dog. Thank you again.